On a Saturday evening, the poor orphan girl went to the bathhouse. She steamed and washed the old women, and they could not praise her enough. She helped everyone for so long that by the time she climbed onto the top bench herself, the bathhouse was already empty. She sat alone in the steam, quiet, warm, drowsy. Then she heard it, the faint ringing of little bells, as if several noble carriages had drawn up right outside the door. Quick as a sparrow, the orphan threw on her shift and peered through a crack in the wall. Outside stood a gilded carriage. 4 black stallions were harnessed to it. Their bridles were covered in little silver and golden bells. Whenever the horses tossed their manes, the harness chimed and shimmered like wedding sleighs in winter. And from the carriage stepped the unclean one himself, with his wife and 3 sons. The girl gasped. She hurriedly crossed the threshold and scrambled back onto the bench. The unclean one came to the door, but dared not enter. The sign of the cross held him back. So he called from the porch, "Come out, my daughter. Come with us." "I have no clothes," the girl answered. "I cannot come out. I shall fetch you garments from home. Only tell me what you need." From the dark corner, a little mouse whispered, "One by one, sister. One by one." "I have no silk shirt to wear," said the orphan. "Which of you is the swiftest?" the unclean one asked his sons. "I am like the wind," said the first. "I am like water," said the second. "1 foot here, 1 foot there," said the third. And he vanished. In the blink of an eye, he was back, with a silk shirt. "Here, daughter, now come." "I cannot. I have no brocade skirt." Again the boy flew. Again he returned. "One by one," the mouse whispered. "A belt of gold, shoes for her feet, jewels for her hair, one by one, one by one." And while they bargained, the night crept on. Midnight drew near. At last the orphan stepped outside, dressed like a queen. Gold and silver gleamed in the moonlight. "Get into the carriage," the unclean one said softly. "What shall I sit on? It is empty. There are silk cushions, soft as down." "I am not used to soft cushions," she said. "Lay me down some hay." He sent a son racing beyond the river for hay. But at that very moment, the rooster crowed, and instantly, the unclean one, his wife, his sons, the carriage, the horses, all sank into the earth, as though swallowed whole. Silence returned. The orphan stood alone on the threshold, shining in gold and silver. In the morning, the master's daughter saw the fine clothes, and she would not leave the orphan in peace until she learned where they had come from. So the next Saturday evening, the master's daughter stayed behind in the bathhouse. Soon, the bells rang again. The carriage stopped at the door. "Come out, daughter," the devil called. "Let us go. I have nothing to wear. I shall bring you anything." From the corner, the mouse squeaked. One by one. "Be quiet, you filthy thing," she snapped. Then she shouted all at once, "Bring me a silk shirt, a brocade skirt, an embroidered belt, silk stockings, and a silver headdress." Everything was fetched in a single breath, before the rooster could crow. She was already in the carriage. The devils carried her away. Down, down, into the underworld. And there, she became the bride of the unclean one's son.